Hello everyone and welcome back to Comic Vantage. Today's episode is another one of my weekly new comic book haul videos. It's an episode where I go to my local comic book store, pick up my books for the week, and give them a good read and bring them back to tell you all about them. And like always, there can and will be spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, back out now, come back later, or if you don't mind spoilers, stick around and get my opinions on what you should be reading this week. So, let's get started. First up, we have probably the book everyone picked up this week, The Hunt for Wolverine #1. Yes, Wolverine is back, and I opted for this really kick-ass Young Guns variant. Look at that. It's a beautiful, beautiful cover. When last we left Wolverine, he was dead. And apparently he is now back. I love this. Wolverine died, entombed in adamantium. It's so cool. The issue actually starts off with the Reavers, and they've discovered the location of Logan's body. And I don't know if anyone has read it, but the X-Men actually took the body and left it in a cabin out in the woods. And they want to capture the body and take it in because it's worth a fortune, not only for the adamantium, but for the genetic material that is Wolverine. And of course, you know, it's not that easy because the X-Men know that they are there. And it totally gives you little flashbacks throughout the entire storyline of everyone coming in mourning. And then they also let you in that they decided not to leave him there. It's really, really, really cool story. Very well written by Charles Soule, who we all know is the man who killed off Wolverine, so who better to bring him back? The Reavers are in dire straits here. They are falling apart, they are in need of repair, and they really need this score. Only to find out Wolverine's not inside. Look at that. Awesome. Turns out that when they interred him, Kitty Pryde actually phased his body out of the adamantium so they could bury him proper. In the entire issue, she's actually talking to Wolverine, which I can only assume is at his tomb or his grave site. And then she reaches an arm in and realizes he's not in there. Flash to the next panel. Wolverine killing a helpless businessman. So, it was a good read for the week. Laid down the foundation for the rest of the next 5 weeks of books that are coming out or whatever it is. Definitely worth reading and finding out how Logan got out, what he's been doing. It seems like he's not himself, so which, you know, is to be understandable for a storyline like this. Definite worth grab. I would say pick it up. All right, next up from Valiant, we have Shadow Man #2, and look at this badass Baron Samedi cover. Man. I guess a month ago when I did Shadow Man 1, it actually had Jack Boniface, the Shadow Man, his skull on the cover. Beautiful cover. And this here is #2. Amazing, amazing, amazing book so far. Really good story. We have Jack Boniface. 5 years have passed. He is back from the dead side to battle Baron Samedi once again. Baron Samedi actually needs him. We are not sure why. He has all these little voodoo cults popping up around Louisiana that he is controlling. And this creature also came from the dead side to bring Jack Boniface back because Baron Samedi needs him. Really good read. All these Valiant books have been really amazing the last few years. They are definitely worth grabbing and picking up, especially this one here. Just restarted, so it's easy to grab, get into. It's a great jumping off point. I would say buy it. And next, X-Men #20, or X-Men Blue #26. And again, we start off with our time-displaced X-Men team out in space, trying to figure out how to get back, because they are in danger. Well, the ship is actually named Danger, and they are dead in the water, and they're trying to figure out how to get her back. This entire time, Havoc and his crazy team, which include the Sentinel and the White Queen and Miss Sinister. Let's see if I can get a good shot of them. have released Mother Vine across a dozen cities in the U.S. Here's the team right there. The evil team. They've unleashed the Mother Vine, which is causing mutations throughout the cities they released it in, and they are hoping to take over. They actually have some weird little mind control thing going on where they can control the mutants that they've turned. Good story. I want to see where it goes. Here's our new X-Men Blue team, which is Zorn, Jimmy Hudson, Nightshade, Daken, Bloodstorm, and led by Polaris. Right there, front and center. Polaris is a great character. Glad they're doing more with her. Definitely a good read. Actually, a lot of the X-Men books lately have just been a lot of fun, so you really can't go wrong with them right now. Definite thumbs up for me. All right, from Aftershock, we have Baby Teeth number 10. I have been following Baby Teeth since the very first issue. I picked it up on an absolute whim and just ended up really, really loving the storyline. The artwork in here is amazing. It's so dark and visceral, which kind of matches the whole Antichrist storyline. The entire book up until this point has been Sadie, who is our young girl here, who has given birth to the Antichrist. And in the first issue, it starts off with her actually talking to her son and telling her son the entire story up until this point. And this issue here brings it all to a culmination. It actually, you see how she started telling the story, which is really cool. She's been kidnapped, separated from her son. Her sister is with the baby right now. And apparently when the baby gets mad and cries, it can open up a portal to the Red Realm, which they have both been sucked into. So we have the entire storyline jumping off from here now, where Sadie is going to try to find her son and her sister. She is rescued by a gentleman. Her and her dad are rescued by a gentleman named Carl. Let's see, here's Carl. And the demon raccoon. They're rescued by this guy. He gives them an envelope with people to get a hold of when they get away. Sets them up with a plane, and they take off. So now they are in Palestine, where they meet up with some people who are helping them. And they meet this woman here, who has also given birth to one of the chosen children. But that was only 14 years ago, and this woman is so old. And she tells her that they lived in the dead side, and in the dead side, time, it moves differently. So a lot more time passes there than on this normal Earth realm where they are at. Really good story. It's really neat. I love to see where this is going. Every issue is just a little different, and this is a serious jumping off point. It's like it finished one arc, and it's going to start the next. Right here. And it shows you where she got the phone. It actually came from Carl, and this whole reason why she's recording these messages because she's not with her son, and she wants to tell him this story. So I cannot wait to see where this goes. And this is an awesome cover too, by the way. Look at that. Beautiful. Definite must buy. All right, next on our list is Thor 706. And this is also the Young Guns variant. Gotta love these Young Gun variants. They're beautiful covers. And this is the aftermath of the death of Jane Foster. We all know in the last episode or issue, she actually sacrificed herself to save Asgard. And for her reward, she's at the gates of Valhalla. What a neat story. And I love this whole interaction between her and Odin, where he just tells her she's been a huge pain in the ass to him, but he concedes that she did save Asgard and all the gods and everyone he loves, and he welcomes her directly into Valhalla. Such a good story. A lot of Marvel books right now are ending, and this is actually one of those books that's ending, and they are relaunching. So I guess the next book is actually returning to Thor. Yeah, here we go. Thor #1 coming up. And we knew that was going to happen with the death of Jane Foster. So, yeah, good read. A lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. I believe is this Jason Aaron writing? Yes, it is Jason Aaron. He's a really good writer. I've only recently started getting into his stuff. And I'm really excited because I get to meet him in June. I'm going to get a bunch of stuff signed, probably this book in particular, and maybe the issue before it as well. It had that gorgeous art germ cover with Jane Foster as Thor. Anyway, I'm actually going off on a little tangent there. But anyway, awesome book, worth picking up, especially since it's the last issue before the relaunch. So, and next up we have from Image Comics, Cyberforce #2. Awesome relaunch. And I love this Killjoy cover. Isn't that amazing? Everyone who has been a fan of Cyberforce or read Cyberforce previously will know all these characters. The stories are just a little different. It almost seems like the cyber portions of them now are almost biological. It's really kind of cool. They have this great panel in here where they show Killjoy being created, and you can see how all the cybernetics are just actually fused to her bones and her muscles and everything else. So it's almost biological how they are fusing everything to these people. And of course, we've been introduced to two people already. Stryker, who, as we know, will be the leader of Cyberforce, and his daughter, who is Velocity. Now, he doesn't want her to as any part of this. He's like, the people who did this are gonna call in a debt. You will not be a part of this. And she's like, why not? I want to help. And he's like, no, I'm your dad, rah. I love the little intricacies in the artwork here. One thing that really got me, I'm really showing this panel, so you can see a little skull right here in his shoulder. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that's really neat. Really, really cool story. I'm loving it so much. And I'm going to actually add this to my poll, and I want to read more of it. Really great story so far. If you're a Cyberforce fan, pick it up. If you're not a Cyberforce fan, read it. You will be. And next up, Venom 165. This is another title that is ending and being relaunched as Venom #1 with Stegman. I think Ryan Stegman. And who is writing that? I want to say it was... Nope, I don't want to say it just in case I am wrong, but I can look it up. Oh, of course it doesn't say. Anyway, yes, I know Ryan Stegman is doing the artwork for the next series, but this is really cool. This was last we left Venom. He just found out his symbiote is pregnant and ready to give birth. He has been kidnapped, and the symbiote was promised to the Scorpion. Bad news all the way around. So Spider-Woman shows up and actually rescues him, which clears the way for him to make it back to his little doctor friend and give birth. His symbiote can give birth. They have a little baby. Great read. A lot of fun. I love Venom. I've loved Venom for years. He's such a cool character. I love this last panel here. It's a great saying goodbye panel until the next issue opens up. Awesome. Definite must-have, especially since it's the last issue. It also is technically the first appearance of a new symbiote, so we're going to see where that goes. So, definite must-buy. And now, next up, and this is easily got to be my cover of the week. Aliens Dusk to Dusk, issue 1 from Dark Horse Comics. Man, look at that cover. That thing is beautiful. Oh, sweet Jesus. Now, it's a 50-50 cover, so, I mean, I'm sure you can grab this at any local LCS. Just walk in the door and say, give me this, and they probably have it. Here we go. Aliens Dusk to Dusk, issue number 1. Dark Horse has had the Alien property now for God knows how long. And they really do some cool stuff with it. This book is no different. Starts off with our little friend here. His name is Maxon. A lot of noise, a lot of people shooting. He has no idea what's going on. He runs to get his mom and finds a facehugger on her. I mean, this book was just action-packed start to finish. It was an absolutely incredible story. So they are on the Trono colony, somewhere, who knows, in the universe. And it looks like they see escaped ship's taking off. There are face huggers all over the place. You know, they try to get out. They're getting out of their house. They need to get to an evac ship. She finds this dude that's just been obliterated in the stairway, and she goes to grab his gun. It comes face to face with a xenomorph. And he lets her go. And we all know why that is. Absolutely amazing. Xenomorphs have pretty much just overrun the planet, and it seems like in a not long amount of time, it was very short, where there was just none to all over the place. So they're trying to get to an evac ship. They meet a gentleman along the way who's actually going to help them. Look at this. They actually make it to the ship, and there's just a horde of xenomorphs chasing them down. So they get on board, and the very last panel, we knew it had to happen. I cannot wait for issue number 2 of this. Oh my god, and that's going to be the second cover. Standard and variant covers there of issue 2. Oh, I cannot wait. I mean, seriously, this was a great story so far. I'm really excited to read more of this. Beautiful cover, beautiful story. The artwork is dark and evil and ominous and awesome. I just absolutely loved it. I'm going to grab more. Everybody should grab more. All right, and then from DC Comics, we have Batman Beyond, number 19, To the Devil His Due. I've been following Batman Beyond since the very first issue from the Rebirth series. It's a great story. I love Terry McGinnis. I love his interactions with Bruce. And now we actually have his little brother getting involved. There is Dr. Stanton, who blames the Batman for his son's death. So he's actually taken Terry, and he's attempting to kill him. And the whole first couple pages is Bruce just beating himself up because he can't get out of his chair to help him, that he's too old, he's too weak, and remembering that at one time he was Batman and he would be able to. So he does the only thing he felt that he could, was he sent Terry's brother in as Robin to help him. I love the artwork in this book. It's very cartoony. It reminds me a lot of the Batman Beyond television series that was on years and years back. I absolutely loved that series, and it was great to see it continue on in the comic books. And of course, once Terry's brother shows up to help him out, yeah, Terry is not very happy with Bruce Wayne for doing this. But by the time he does help him and they get rescued and everything else, he pretty much says, we all know where this is leading to. And they show the Robin costume. It's got to happen. Great story. Now, I don't know if this is technically going to be the first appearance of Matt as the Robin Beyond or not, but I mean, it could be. Or I don't know if it was the issue before this, or if there's some, you know, they always do weird stuff with first appearances. Oh no, there was a 2-page cameo panel thing, or, you know, this is the first official story, whatever. But I would grab it, because just in case anyway. And it's a great read along the way. Definite must buy. And our last book on the list this week, Darth Vader number 15. And again, beautiful. These covers have just been absolutely amazing. Here we have Vader underwater. Just look at all the water bubbles and distortions. It's absolutely beautiful. So last we left Vader, he was plunging to his doom. And there was a giant tidal wave that the Moncals had caused to wash Vader away. But we all know this is Vader, and you cannot kill him that easily, even if you dump him into a whole ton of water. I love these panels where they do the views through Vader's visor. It's really cool to kind of see what he is seeing at the time. And he gets picked up by some stormtroopers and his inquisitors. And I love this interaction with his inquisitors, because he's just like, why did you come after me? You had a mission assigned to you by the Emperor. And they're like, but we saved you. We rescued you. And I love this. I never need rescue. That is just, you know, awesome. Vader's such a badass. I love it. So Vader, they do know where the Jedi are at because they tortured the king of Mon Cal, and they will be coming after the Jedi. So the king actually calls up Master Bar. Let's see if I can find it here. To warn him that Vader knows where he's at and he's coming after him. And just that panel right there, the sheer terror in his face just speaks volumes because he knows Anakin's coming after him. And the preview for the next issue, or the cover. Oh, man, look at that cover. Beautiful. I think every single cover of every one of these is just absolutely amazing. So, all right. So let's recap our books for the week. We have Darth Vader number 15, definite must buy. Everyone should have this on their pull. If you don't, go back, grab the back issues. There's only been 14 of them, easy to get, especially the early ones are in trades now. Definitely must read. Batman Beyond number 19, great fun, especially if you were a fan of the cartoon back in the day. And my cover of the week, along with probably my story of the week, non-stop action and suspense, beginning to end. It's kind of, you know what's coming at the end of the book, but it's just like, oh, what? No, stop, and it's just awesome. Venom 165, the appearance of a new symbiote. It's probably worth picking up just for that. Cyberforce number 2. Like I said earlier, if you're not a fan of Cyberforce, pick this book up and you will be. And then we have our Thor 706, the last issue here. And Jane Foster heading off to Valhalla. Awesome Young Guns cover. If you can find this one, I would say grab it. Baby Teeth number 10. Antichrist and Demon Raccoons. Need I say more? X-Men Blue number 26. And this is our secondary team running around and saving people. It's actually awesome. A lot of fun, but I love the X-Men, so... Shadow Man number 2. This awesome Baron Samedi cover. Just look at that. Great story. A lot of fun. It only issue number 2, so it's an awesome jumping off point. A lot of good stuff coming up, especially this summer from Valiant. We got this whole Harbinger's War coming, so it's great to pick up these other issues and see all the tie-ins. And then The Hunt for Wolverine number 1. Another Young Guns variant cover. Again, it's worth picking this up, especially if you plan on picking up the rest of the issues. Pick it up because it lays down the groundwork for all the rest. You have Kitty Pryde going around, meeting with Daredevil and Iron Man, and letting them know what's going on. They're putting together their own little groups and just going out and figuring out what happened to Wolverine. Where is he at? Where's his body? What's he doing? Why has he not contacted the X-Men? It's good stuff. So, those are my books for the week. These are my opinions. Your mileage may vary. And yeah, that's it. So, if you like this kind of video, make sure you guys let me know. Comments below. Talk to me. I know everybody's, you guys are awesome. You're always leaving comments, and I love talking to every single one of you. And if you're new to the channel, leave me a comment. Talk to me. And also make sure you subscribe. Hit the little green CV over there. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that little bell icon up there to get my notifications. And yeah, to my current subscribers, love you guys. You're awesome. To my new subscribers that are coming around, love you guys. You're awesome. Wow, I just topped 700 subscribers. That's pure insanity. It's like 300 in the last month and a half alone. I just didn't believe that. But hey, whew, good stuff. Anyway, thank you all again. You guys are great, and like always, take it easy.